So you want to know how Hitman Bingo works? Let me explain. In Hitman Bingo, two players will face off to complete a number of randomized tiles on a 5x5 bingo board. The first player to complete the necessary amount of tiles takes the map and the all-important point. Tiles can range from obtaining a disguise, interacting with an item, picking up an item, or pacifying a specific NPC. There are two types of bingo that will be played in the tournament. Number 1, Lockout Bingo. A head-to-head race to complete a total of 10 tiles from the board. Whoever completes an objective first locks out the square and their opponent can no longer claim that objective. This one is all about strategy. Do you try and take easy tiles before your opponent gets them, or do you think outside the box? Number 2, Non-Lockout Bingo. In this mode, both players can claim the same tile in a race to complete 2 full lines of 5 squares from the board. Lines can be horizontal, vertical, or diagonal, and squares can be completed in any order. Additional rules. All players must start in a suit location and can only bring in or smuggle items that make up part of 47's default loadout. An ICA variant pistol, fibre wire, and coins. Target kills can be made at any point in the run using any available method unless a tile states otherwise. All secondary objectives must also be completed. Finally, a tile can only be completed if the player has green guns when the objective is met. Each map will run with a 45-minute timer and the first to finish takes the point. This is Hitman Bingo. Good evening, welcome to Hitman Bingo. Today we have a match between Joker and Sparkles. It's a round 1 match. I am joined today by Cab. How are you today?
Hello everybody, I am doing quite well, thank you.
It's Cab's first shoutcast, so be gentle with him.
Baby's first day at work.
Just going to refresh the streams here, as I believe they are both online. We should be going pretty soon. Match due to start in around 2 minutes. Once that starts, I'll remove the cover image there, and you'll get to all see the board. Yeah, Sparkles, a newbie to competition. He's never done a competition before, but is a long-standing Hitman player. He's been playing Hitman for a long time. Joker has a bit more competitive experience. He's been in Team Roulette Free, SA Race, so that might play into this a little bit. We will see. But yeah, first we are going to be heading off to Miami. Personal favourite of mine.
Oh, really?
I'm excited. Very excited to see this. I think this is the perfect kind of map for bingo, in my opinion. So we'll see how we get on.
Yo.
But yeah, we should have, as soon as the timer starts ticking down, we will reveal the board. We're not going to read out the board just because there's so many tiles, but we will obviously keep track of people, keep track of the players as they're hitting tiles. And yeah, hopefully it will become apparent which lines people are going for.
Hopefully.
And the timer has started. So we are go, and let's reveal our board. Okay, so we've got a good variation here. No lines are immediately jumping out at me. So let's see where they go. Obviously, they have to do a suit start, and they have limited loadout, only a default loadout. So pistol, fibre wire, coins. They don't have to bring those if they don't want to, and they can smuggle any of those if they so desire. Joker is straight in, starting at the fountain. Sparkles is just taking a bit of extra time to...
So it does seem that he is also starting at the fountain as well. So we have the same start for both players.
Joker's gone straight for the TV there. And he's changed into a security disguise Yeah, Sparkles, I think, is on an old gen console by the looks of things. Looking at his loading times. I may be wrong. I may be wrong about that, but that was quite a lengthy load. But in this game mode, where matches can take 6 or 7 minutes sometimes, the loading times aren't quite as important as maybe other competitive modes. And obviously, in this game mode, you're going to spend a lot more time planning as well. You're going to spend a lot of time looking at which rows and columns you think are worth it, marking off some tiles that you don't think are even worth going for. It's quite a lot of logistics involved in getting ready for these ones, I think.
Oh, it does, however, seem that Joker has gotten himself an engineer outfit. Is that a tile? No, that would be the Kronstadt researcher tile, not the engineer tile.
Yeah, he might be using that to get up first. So he's thrown a fish in the ocean and he's interacted with the TV. So he's already started a couple of lines in different places. Sparkles has taken a completely different route here, which is quite nice to see. And I think that's one of the big things with Bingo, is that you don't have your standard kind of routes or your standard ISOs. Everything's kind of up in the air with this, because you're going to places on the map that you wouldn't normally go in other sort of competitive game modes, which is quite nice to see.
Indeed.
So
there is some...
sorry.
I mean, there is the...
So both got event security. Joker's heading upstairs. It's going to be interesting to see when they do the ISOs as well, because obviously they can kill the targets at any point.
They did. Joker did sabotage the car to lure down Robert.
Yes, and I know that's his preferred method. He was actually telling me yesterday that's his preferred method for Robert. It's to... I think he's a little bit frustrated at how far behind his guard is here.
Right. And even stops at the stairs. Ooh,
yeah,
boy.
I know this is his preferred method for Robert. He's got him with a bullet distraction, and there we go. So Robert's down, so he's got one of his two targets. Sierra, you can just shoot the car, so that's going to be a nice, easy one to take out in theory. I'm still not entirely sure which lines they're going for.
Well, Joker is definitely going for the Android arm. Yeah, there you go. And that's also... So that's also the researcher tile right there.
Because his ticks on his board are showing up way before I'm seeing them on screen. So.
Oh, I see.
I'm getting a glimpse into the future. There we go. I think we're back on time now. Yeah, so he looks like he's going for the middle. Poison the cup of milk. Where on earth is the cup of milk? I thought I knew Miami, but maybe I don't.
And this is your favorite map too.
Yeah, there's certain little things like that. Like, I didn't even know there was specifically a cup of milk on the map. I know there's lots of cups, but... So he's going to get into the event crew.
Sparkles
Sparkles is upstairs. He's done faucets and he's done fuse boxes. So he looks like
he has also become a researcher, but haven't taken that off the tile yet.
Oh yeah, unless he hasn't realised that's a tile. I hope he has.
Agreed.
Okay, so Joker's gone up on... He used that disguise to get on the podium, and he's going to take out Sierra now with a pistol, which isn't too bad. There we go.
Very well timed shots right there.
Yep. User is saying milk is in the kitchen, and Sierra runs to it if you don't poison the chili. Or don't... Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So she will go... She uses the milk to cool her mouth down after they do the flaming shots after the race. So that's one you'd probably only know if you've ever done that mission story.
Right.
Okay, Joker is going to become a race marshal, I'm guessing here, and that means he will probably also end the race as a marshal. So I think he's going to be going... He looks like he might be going along the top and down the middle here.
Sparkles seems to be going for a Robert kill right here. Oh, yeah.
Does the race end when Sierra dies? I'm not actually sure.
I
will be honest. I've never hung around long enough to find out if it does.
am I am going to guess no,
Alonso's
considering
saying yes.
that.
Okay, so
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
of course, yeah. So Moses wins. So actually, end the race as a marshal isn't a viable title now for Joker. So he's actually lost access to that title now, in theory, assuming that he can't still do it.
That will also lose the start a pit stop tile as well, or
Yes,
maybe I'm wrong there.
So actually, this is an interesting one in that certain tiles will become unavailable as you start taking out targets.
Intriguing.
So he's just got an enforcer. Sparkles is well on his way. Hasn't marked off any tiles in a little while, but I can see him looking down at his. I'm assuming he's got a tablet there with the spin or the board on it. He still hasn't done the researcher tile, even though he has become a researcher. So maybe it could just be that he's not going for that line, so he's not bothered about it. But
I mean, a tile is still a tile. It is still very,
and it could come in handy. If you miss a tile or you need to improvise on the spot, it could come in handy later.
Yeah.
It's always worth marking it if you've done it. So I'm intrigued at which second line Joker is going for here. Because he's got pacify someone. Okay, so he's just marked off become the kitchen staff, and he's probably going to pacify someone with a frying pan shortly as well.
That would make sense. Sparkles is also in a golden opportunity to tick off the Florida Man tile.
I wanted to do that piece. There we go. So there goes his. So Joker's got one line. Sparkles looks like he might be going for the bottom line now. Although drop a race car with the car lift seems like a little bit of a long-winded one to me, because you've got to get both the people out of the. I suppose there's other.
Yeah, there is one car lift, if I recall correctly, in the green pit stop.
Okay, so you could do that one as well.
I mean, I don't know the exact name itself, or well now I'm unsure.
Maybe. So Joker's become the medic. Didn't pick up the Kronstadt booster, or the Octane boosters. Oh, so actually he's done. He's got his two.
Oh!
So become a medic was his final one for. I completely missed that he was going straight diagonal there. So he's got his two lines and he is out. So that turned around pretty quickly.
Well, not bad. Congratulations, Joker.
8 minutes 31. That seems pretty good. I'm not sure what the kind of. I don't know. I'm not sure what the desired sort of times are for roulette, but yeah, GG.
GG's.
Sparkles 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's got 7 tiles. He was getting there with the left column. Not entirely sure what his second line was going to be there, but I'm sure it would have revealed itself after a while. Yeah, that puts Joker 1-0 up. Of course, it is first to 1.5 points. So we don't do the. Oh, Sparkle's got red guns there, but I'm sure he will shortly realise that the map is over, or we'll be told that the map is over. Yeah, that went by quite quickly.
It sure did.
I feel like different maps are going to be different sort of lengths. A couple of the maps yesterday were a little bit longer.
Yesterday.
Yeah, we are heading to Chongqing. Very nice map. A lot of people's up there, I think, is one of the favourites for a lot of people. I always enjoy Chongqing, even outside of roulette and other sort of competitive modes. It's just a very nice looking map, I find. Joker just getting some last-minute practice in.
It does also seem that Chongqing is... This is actually both the first time both Miami and Chongqing are being played in this tournament.
I believe it is, yes.
Neato.
So yeah, we don't know what to look forward to on this one yet. Both players look as though they're kind of ready, so I'm sure we will be starting shortly.
That would be in 2 minutes.
Yeah, 43 minutes we are going to be starting. Joker, the final boss of Chongqing, is Mogwai. He's just having a nice little fist fight with him. Getting some frustration out before we start.
Though I doubt they will ever beat the final boss of Bangkok, though.
The cameras. Nobody likes the cameras. So, I mean, Sparkles looked... I think he was possibly struggling to pin together an exact route. He looked like he knew which tiles he wanted to go for, but I think he was just struggling to pin down a route to get through. Whereas Joker seemed to have a definitive route already in his head when he started. I know Joker has practiced quite a lot on this for bingo, so I know he is very well prepped for it. But Sparkle's looking... Yeah, I mean, he didn't look lost, so that's always a good sign, especially for a first-time competitor. Hopefully we'll see a little bit more of him on Chongqing. Oh, and the timer has started, so let's reveal the board. Okay, so again, nice, good range. Unplugging some server racks, collecting the whiskey bottle. Interesting one, but a couple of disguise tiles, researcher, facility security, street guard. We've got quite a nice range here. Joker choosing balcony start. I think he's going to go for an early hush ISO.
Right.
Which would make sense.
It would. I am slowly realizing that Chongqing is probably the map I know the least about. I didn't even know there was a whiskey bottle in this map.
I'm not gonna lie, neither did I. So that's a Hitmaps one for sure, and it's dead center of the board as well. So obviously that goes through 4 different lines. So if they know where it is, that's a prime one to get in the middle. Can set you up straight away. But yeah, Joker going for the early hush ISO. I'm assuming he's going to do that because if you let Hush go, he can be pretty tricky to get, whereas Imogen obviously can be auto-lured using the drones. So I think getting Hush is probably a good idea, so that you're not waiting around trying to find him later.
Makes sense.
So kind of a standard roulette ISO for this part.
Yeah, that's that. That's Hush killed on Joker's end.
Just stopped probably to examine the board a little bit. Just give him a refresh. We had a bit of buffering there. Ooh, okay, he's going to turn on some sinks.
Sparkles has started collecting the rat poisons and is in a position where they could disguise himself as a dumpling cook.
And he has disguised himself as a street guard, but hasn't ticked that one off again. Not sure if he's missing the tiles or if he's just not... I mean, you don't have to mark them off instantly, but obviously we don't want people to be too far behind on marking tiles.
Yeah, and as I understand it, this isn't the only match where players have been a bit behind in marking their tiles, so it's really no worries, I feel.
No, as long as they do mark them, and as long as the admins can see that they've got those tiles, it's not too much of an issue. But from our standpoint, obviously, it makes our life a little bit trickier because we're not sure which lines they're going for.
Yeah.
And obviously it's harder to see who's ahead when you don't have all the lines. But we've got two very different strats. Again, Sparkles is in the facility as a dumpling cook. Meanwhile, Joker is running around in the block on a little collection spree by the looks of things.
I'm looking at the tile board again here. Oh,
Sparkles, I'm guessing he's just ripped, unfortunately.
yeah, I got spotted by a guard through a glass door, unfortunately.
Say on mine, the tiles are marking off before they're actually happening on the screen. But so it's gonna puts him about 3 minutes on the back foot. But again, it's in bingo. That's not as devastating as it is possibly in other game types, because you could mark off a lot of tiles very quickly if you go in the right routes and the right directions around the map.
But the hard part is, yeah, I mean, I keep interrupting you, but the hard part is finding that specific route, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's where there's a lot of, you've got to be very quick in your thought process here and try to think, right, this and this are over here and this item's over here. It's definitely need a lot of map knowledge for this.
Indeed.
Joker looks like he is going through the middle, so I think we're going to get to see where the whiskey bottle is here. That's the only item he has left to get. It's got the Tanto, got the letter opener, which are both next to each other.
Yep, and they are starting to shoot at the drones to lure out Imogen.
Yep, yeah, he is. Joker is absolutely flying on Chunking. Yep, so he's taken one drone out, so that's going to get Imogen straight down here. And he's going to have quite a bit of time. He's going to have a little bit of a wait for her to get up here, and he's going to have a little bit of a wait. But he does have a lot of time for her. When she gets to the door, she will stand there for quite a while.
Noted.
Okay, so he's going down into the facility. Obviously, is hostile here.
Sparkles just made a restart, and I'm not quite sure why.
Ooh. Okay, so I think Joker just bought a can of soda. I'm wondering whether he's maybe reassessing the whiskey bottle.
If I am curious enough, I might open up Hitmaps real quick and just search for that.
Sparkles hit the man over the head with the pan, but he got a side KO.
Oh.
So yeah, it's unfortunate, but it does happen. More than we'd like to admit in Hitman, unfortunately.
Yeah.
There's always the fear of a side KO.
Oh,
Joker's got into a facility security, so he is now allowed in the first floor of the facility.
Quite excellent, as they're closing in on Imogen.
Yep. Just watch out for her guard. Don't KO him too early.
And that's Imogen down. Both targets down on Joker's end.
They are definitely a little bit ahead of me, but yep, she is down for me now. Okay, and he's now getting into facility guard, or I think I may have got those the wrong way around, but he's allowed to go anywhere in the facility now. So just, in theory, just the wine bottle left for him. And
I am...
Yeah, we may now find out where the whiskey bottle is.
I just actually finished loading up Hitmaps, and it is weirdly enough in these vents that you can find a random whiskey bottle.
Who knows what you'll find in the vent of a secret underground facility. Oh wow, there we go. Someone's obviously been living here. One of the hobos has been camping out in the vents.
Alternatively, one of the engineers needed something
Yeah.
to keep them going.
Nice little coffee break or whiskey break. So
I mean,
yeah, that's probably going to be Joker out now. I doubt he's going to hack the data core, as amusing as that would be.
that would just be mean.
I think he is going to go for the tier 3 dongle exit, and he is out. Unfortunately, Sparkles a couple of restarts and didn't manage to get another tile pinned down there. He will have seen that Joker's got his 2 lines. And is now going on a killing spree, so yep. That is going to be GG's to Joker. 2-0. Clean sweep. Yeah, Joker definitely came prepared for that, and I know he's spoken to me a few times, and I know he has been well prepared for bingo. Sparkles maybe not quite as prepared, and obviously in his first competition, which is nerve-wracking. I can say that much. Being in your first competition is not easy, and especially a competition like this where it's kind of completely different. I know we keep saying that, but it is, completely different to any type of competition we've had. So yeah, it's got to be a bit of a daunting prospect. But he did in Miami. He was getting there. He was getting the tiles and starting to work out his route, but just got a bit stuck on Sean King, unfortunately.
And again, it is very... I do have huge respect for the people who participate in tournaments in general, and especially like participating in tournaments for like their first time. And I do genuinely hope that Sparkles has enjoyed this despite the loss.
Yeah, I hope so, and hopefully we will see him back for future tournaments.
That would be really cool.